Can I tell you my story? I grew up in an amazing Christian home with two wonderful Christian parents. But I made a decision for myself when I was 6 years old. I was even more excitable then than I am now. And someone told me that I needed forgiving, that I could know Jesus as my friend, and that I could go to heaven when I died, and that he loved me, and that he died and rose again for me. And I decided in that moment to follow Jesus. And that was the most important decision I've ever made. As a teenager, there were continually times when I decided and reaffirmed that decision to follow Jesus, but the rubber really hit the road for me. When I was 21 years old, I was having lunch with my mum whilst at university, and the phone rings, and it's a family friend, and I pick it up, and she says some words that ripped my world apart. She said, "Phil, I'm really sorry, but this morning your dad has died." And in that moment, I had a choice to say, God, either stuff you for letting this happen, or God, as a family, we really need you right now. And I don't know why so much suffering happens in the world, but I do know that God is close to the brokenhearted. And in those first few weeks after Dad died, I've never known God so close. One of the wonderful things about following Jesus is he gives us real purpose and meaning. And I've found that in my working life, in sharing my faith and helping others to know the story of God for themselves. But the rubber has really hit the road for me again in the last few years when I've been diagnosed with the same heart condition that killed my dad. And there have been moments in the middle of the night where I've woken up with my heart pumping, thinking I might die. I can't tell you what a difference it makes knowing that God is with me in those moments. And even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, he is with me. And I don't know what my future holds, but I know who holds my future. And that is my story.